What's going on, everybody? We out here moto vlogging again, boy. Yes, sir. So today, I'm over here in the parking lot where we have the local MSF course, and I'm just going to run over some of the basic things that you guys are going to need to know to pass your MSF course, okay? Now, the MSF course really is super easy. Most of the time, people just get inside of their own head and fail that way, but it's actually extremely hard to fail this test. You need to get 20 points, if memory serves, to fail the MSF course. Okay, so in the MSF course, you have 5 different tests you have to pass in your skills evaluation, which is the writing portion of the test. There is a written portion before the test, and then you have a writing portion you also have to do. So your evaluation, you have 5 different things you have to do. You have to do a cone weave and normal stop. So cone weave and normal stop. So from what memory serves with me, cone weave is these little dots right here. You weave in between these, and then you just come to a complete stop at the end. I don't have any cones out here. I just got some lines to follow. There's a square line right there, and then a flat line just past it. I'll use that. I'll get up to about 15 miles an hour, and I'll hit that. When my front tire hits that yellow line right there, I'll swerve to the right. And then there is also going to be an emergency braking part of the test. These both go hand in hand. It's that same box, it's that same line. I get up to about 12 to 15 miles an hour. Once my front tire hits that box, I will stop before the line. You have to do a U-turn from a stop. So I'll sit right over here. I'll put my front tire up against this line, and I'll go inside of this box. Now, during the test, or during the learning portion of the course in general, you will go from a rolling start. You'll probably start back here somewhere, and you'll roll into this outside box, and you'll do a U-turn from in here. You'll go from here, you'll hit your U-turn, and they'll actually make you do a figure 8 in the course, and then you'll go up right there, and you'll stop, and then you'll do your perimeter turn inside of those blue lines at 90 degree. But during the actual test, you don't get to use this space. You have to stay within this space right here, and you have to do your U-turn inside of here. So that's going to be the U-turn portion of the test. Obviously, the quick stop, I already went over that. You have the obstacle swerve, which I already went over that. And then you have the S-curve, which is that. Alright, so here we are at the U-turn portion. So the only thing I can tell you with this is you have to stay within this yellow line and that yellow line. You don't need to go all the way up to that yellow or that blue box up there to do your U-turn. You can do it at any point within this. You're going to want to get a little bit of speed, probably 5 to 8 miles an hour. Look where you want to go, and that's generally where you're going to go. But if you are looking and you're going too slow, the bike will start to tip, and you will, oh, the truck's leaving, and you won't be able to do the U-turn. Now, another thing you can do, it's a little bit more advanced, what they try and teach you there, is you want to like counterbalance the bike. So as the bike is going over, kind of lean away from it. That's going to cause the center of gravity moved over while the bike can lean over and get more turn angle, more tighter turn radius is what I meant. So let's go ahead and do that. Give it a little bit of speed. So that about 8 miles an hour, and drop her down. I'm going to counter lean, get the bike around, just like that. Now, what they're going to teach you in the class is they're going to try and teach you to use the friction zone of the clutch. Now, as you guys saw right there, I didn't do that. I got up to speed, and I pulled in the clutch altogether. You probably shouldn't do that. You want to try and use the friction zone of the clutch of the bike that you're going to be learning on. But for me personally, I just got comfortable with kind of using the clutch, kind of feathering it in, friction zoning it into the turn, letting out of the clutch, counter leaning the bike, getting it over, and then once I notice I slow down, then I'll release the clutch and get the bike moving again. So if you can get this down, you have passed your MSF course U-turn test. Congratulations. Moving on. So you are on the next portion of your MSF test. The next portion of this test is going to be the slalom and then the gentle stop at the end of the slalom. Okay? They call this just the curve and stop. I don't have cones here, so I want to visually go off these blue lines. I can't remember what side they tell you to start on, so I'm just going to start on the left side. Now with this, you are going to be using friction zone. You can't blitz through this thing going real fast because you'll just go right over these cones or these dots here. And when you're doing this, do not hit the cones, do not put your foot down, and do not drop the bike. You hit a cone, you lose points. You put your foot down, you lose points. You drop the bike, you fail. So let's go. and they want you to stop, just like that, and that's it. You've passed probably the easiest part of the test. Moving on to the next part, we're going to do what's right here, the emergency stop and swerve. I'm going to do a lap to cool the bike off. She's getting a little bit toasty, and I'll see you in a second. So you're on the next part of your MSF course test, baby. Next one is going to be the emergency stop, quick stop, whatever you want to call it. Get your bike up to about 12 to 15 miles an hour. Once you get your front tires over that yellow box, you want to immediately get on your front and rear brake. Do not lock them up. That'll cost you points. Okay? We're locking up the rear. It'll cost you some points, but if you lock the front, you're going down, you fail. So just remember, about 70% of the front, about 30% in the rear, and you'll be just fine. Just try and stop before this line. Let's get it going. And just like that, you passed. This is probably one of the easier things. Don't overthink it. Don't panic. Don't grab too much brake, and you'll be fine. So we'll move on to the next portion of the test and keep it going. So you are on the next part of your MSF course test, baby. Okay. S-curve. You can see it right here in front of me. You got these white lines. You want to go in, turn, and come out, and that's it. Just come to a stop at the end. This tends to have the same turning radius as the U-turn, but for some reason people can pass this and they fail that, just like me. I passed this, failed that. It's something that gets into your head. Use the friction zone as you're going through here. Don't give it too much gas. Stay within the clutch's friction zone. You'll be okay. And when you're coming around this one, look that way. And then when you start to turn around that one, look that way. That's how I pass. That's how most people pass. Look where you want to go, and the bike will tend to follow. So I guess we'll figure that out right here. So let's get her started, boys and girls. Let's get a little bit of speed. Come here. Use the friction zone. Give it a little bit of throttle. Look where you want to go. And just like that, you passed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the last part of the test. All of this is in no particular order. Just is what it is. This is just kind of what you got to learn. Last part of this test is your emergency obstacle swerve. Now, I don't have cones set up out here. I'm just going off of the lines that are on the pavement. So I'm going to do basically what I did in the emergency stop test. I'll go up to that yellow box. There's a little line on the other side of it. Go through it and hit the swerve rather than stopping. So let's get that, and then we will be done, and you have passed your MSF course, baby. And now you can ride a motorcycle. Let's go. Same speed, about 12 to 15 miles an hour. Get there, and then you're going to swerve out of the way, and that's it. Pretty simple stuff. The only thing you're going to need to know with that is a little bit of counter steering, you know? Once you get going, I put it in second gear, counter steering. Push right, go right, push left, go left. See, that's counter steering. You're going to learn that in the MSF course. Once you get to a certain speed, it comes to push right, go right, push left, go left. Obviously, when you're going slow, you turn where you want to be going, and that's that. Congratulations, everybody. You passed your MSF course. If you did everything in this video and you did it right at your test, you've passed, and now you can join the army of motorcyclists on the road and make friends, go to meets, and do all kinds of cool stuff with your boys, with your girls, everything, all right? So get you a badass motorcycle and get out there and start riding, boys and ladies. Hell yeah. You passed, baby. So let's go. I'm going to do a quick rip for you guys out on the street so you can hear this beautiful Yamaha FZ07/MT07 with a TOS exhaust, baby. Whoop, went up to the second there. So let's get the hell out of this parking lot, shall we? Put this up right here. Y'all can hear that thing down there, boy. Woo! Yes, sir. How you doing, young man? Got the dual sport, bro? You just got the weight, bitch. man got a whole ass engine in the back of his truck, dude. Man, y'all starting to really get on my nerves, dog. Fuck. Alright, boy, let's get a little rip. Boy, that car scared me, man. Holy shit, dude.